standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align.
Hey, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a little late. I know I said 10 o'clock, but I was a little late getting in from town. I had to run to town this morning. Rick's Clicks. Well, hello, darling. Hey, Mama Bear 2 says, hey, Nana, I was happy you went live. Well, I'm happy I went live too. I'm just sorry that it was just a little bit late. As I said, I was, I had to run to town this morning, and it took a little bit longer in town than what it was supposed to. So I'm late, but I'm here, guys. Yes, I know we were supposed to be talking about the new 10 Commandments this morning, but with everything going on with the Quinton Simon case, I figured we might want to talk about any updates that have came out since last night. Good morning, Miss Dana Kay. How are you this morning, hon? I see you. Good morning, Shalima. Marsha Lambert. Hello, Nana. I have 2 boys. Good morning. Glad to see you all here. Thank you. I see you. I figure, of course, we're going to give it a couple of minutes, let more people come in before we start talking so that we don't have to repeat ourselves too many times, guys. Not to mention, and I don't keep secrets from you guys, not to mention, I just got through eating my breakfast and I had to jump up and grab a ashtray and a cigarette. Smokers that are out there know what I'm talking about. There are 3 times in a smoker's life that you just have to light one up. When you get through eating, when you get through doing something more pleasurable, and anytime you get in a vehicle. For the smokers out there, have y'all ever noticed you could just have put one out, but if you get in a car, you have to light a cigarette. If you smoke that, get where you're going, get out of the car just for 2 seconds, and it ain't been 5 minutes since you put that first one out. If you get back in that car, you have to light another cigarette up. Or that's the way it is for me and most everybody I know anyways. Nana, same. I'm boiling, and then to listen to BJ talk about yesterday's events, no accountability, and people are still in comments of click channels blaming Diana. That's unreal. And although, in a way, guys, I won't say that I'm against Cher or, I'm not against her. I'm not for her. But for her to, I don't get why she's still taking, it's not like we were saying that BJ did specifically do this to the baby. Nobody said that. What we're saying is she wasn't responsible. She went to the courts and she signed a paper saying, I'll take on the responsibility of these children, keeping them safe, love them, providing them with a safe and loving home. And that's the part she didn't do. And that's the part that needs to have charges brought against her. I'm sorry, just that's the way I feel, the way I see it. I am glad that – Leilani did get, arrested. I think everybody that was involved needs to be arrested. Sorry, my chat froze up for a minute. It wouldn't do anything. And Mama Bear says, "Oh, Nana, yes, I quit back in 2016, and I still think about all those great SIG times." Yes. Good morning, Angelina. They need to stop blaming the babysitter. She didn't have the boys with her. Lalani did, and BJ left them with her. Yeah, exactly. I agree. There's no accountability, but the fact is that she had custody and left them knowing they were being abused. Just a few days before Quinton was blanked, she posted she can't play with her man and kids. Huh. Weird. Nana Two Boys said, and for BJ to be asking for Cash App for the babysitter to move, said she's the only problem in the neighborhood. Oh, wow. Well, she obviously wasn't a problem when she was needing somebody to watch the kids, because she was too busy living her own life and running off to another state, even after signing a paper stating that she would be obligated to take care of her own grandchildren. There wasn't nothing wrong with Diana then, huh? The whole family is messed up. Hello, Rottweiler. How are you? I haven't seen you here in a while. I believe Danny is involved also, hun. Thank you, Danica. Yes, everybody hit the thumbs up for me, please. I definitely need the recognition from YouTube. If we, as a entity together, want to keep our channel going, then we need to hit the thumbs up. We also need to comment as much as we possibly can. That also brings up the algorithm. Angelina says, "Hi, yes, Nana, 2 boys. I heard her say just that. How about they move?" Well, I don't think Diana's going anywhere. Yeah, I guess she just needs somebody to blame Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie Bailey. Good morning. Mama Mac, good morning. I'm glad to see you all in here. Although it looks like to me there's way more in chat but the numbers are saying there's only 17 of us here. That don't make sense. Your channel isn't doing too well at the moment. What is your channel, sweetheart? Hello, John Davis. Good morning to you and your lovely bride. Second to one. Hello. Second to no one. Sorry, I read that incorrectly and I knew better. Rottweiler says Billy Joe seems to be a bit stupid, like low IQ. I've been watching with Chewbacca, my wife. Chewbacca is your wife? I didn't know that. Good morning, Terry Parker. Maybe she needs to move, not Diana, right? Well, don't they have 2 houses? I mean, one's right there, and then there's another one on the next block over. They said. You were trying to combine crime and true mechanics together. Oh, I don't know how that would work. Unless Now, unless people were actually using cars and trucks and stuff to commit the crimes, now maybe that would work. Maybe you could explain to them how they were doing it or how they were doing it wrong. Yeah. Good morning, Robin. How are you this morning, sweetheart? Angelina says, I see you. Can you get Diana to quit posting about it now? I'm just wanting her to stop for now. They keep mentioning her post on TikTok. Angelina, how is ICU going to get Diana to quit posting? I mean, it's not like, they might know each other, but I'm sure they're not like close friends. John Davis says, Rick, that's a specific niche, but if you can fix a car, I will watch. True. But he wants to combine the true crime, John, with fixing the car. So what you do, Rick, is you take, and while you're fixing the car and you're telling people how to do it, throw in an old cold case story. That's how you do it. Rick, you're allowed to throw your link for your channel in there in the chat if you want to. Everybody can go over there and check it out. I'll be doing an engine swap on my 04 Honda Civic here soon. Why would I say anything to her when she is already suffering, right? You need mods. Going to be hard to sell the 90% female audience on car repair. Actually, no, not if you gauge it towards what women can actually, if you would teach women things that they can do themselves so they don't have to take their car to a service center, like teach them how to change their oil, teach them where their transmission fluid is located so they can check their transmission fluid, teach them how to check their brake fluid and stuff. Teach them the small stuff that they need to know. Teach them how to go out and check the air pressure in their tires and stuff. John, and then he could focus his channel towards all the women. You thought you were going to say throw a tire tool to knock somebody out? No. Hey, good morning, Brookie. How are you this morning, sweetheart? Well, honey, I'm just saying, Rick, that would be a great way to, you know what I'm saying, get the female audience involved in your channel. And on YouTube, it really is 90% females that watch. Teach them how to date mechanics. I don't think he could teach them how to date mechanics, John. But he could teach them things to talk to the mechanics so that the mechanics would think that the women were interested. I think this chat's sort of going sideways. I thought it was supposed to be about little Honey going to jail. Of course, there's not a whole lot to talk about. The woman went to jail. It's not like we weren't expecting it. We all knew it was coming. What we weren't expecting is the fact that they're going to let Danny and BJ walk without anything. Or for that matter, everybody in that household that was there that night. Nobody gets blamed for anything except Leilani. I agree, Brookie. I'm sad, glad that they found baby Q. What's your fault, John? You're a single father. Now, we didn't say turn your channel into a dating app for you. Although that would be an interesting thing to do. You could advertise yourself. Maybe you wouldn't be a single father for long. Seeking Serenity says involve a woman in your video. Yeah, have a woman come up there with a car problem and videotape you showing her how to work on it. What, Danica? She said, no, I wouldn't know what to say is wrong with my car. Well, it depends on what kind of sounds your car is making, sweetheart. A single man can crush true crime. John, I hope Brandy ain't sitting right there beside you. She's going to crush your head. Honey, there's a lot of people that are interested in being mods. If you have a channel and you have people in it, all you got to do is say, I'm needing mods, and they will, trust me, they will volunteer. Brandy's holding you back. Don't you dare say that. Your beautiful wife, you're a lucky man to have her. Am I coming up with awesome ideas for him? Well, I'm glad I am. I hope he listens. No, John isn't wrong. He's telling the truth. For a single man on true crime with all the women that are out here, yeah, they would crush it. John, would you like to come up? We're just chit-chatting. Well, you're welcome. I got mad game. My car goes boom, room, put, click, clack. Can you please tell me what's wrong with it? Well, I see you got to say when it does it. When does it do this? When you crank it up or when you're going down the road? And if it's going down the road, what speed does it start doing that? Your 7-year-old son helps you work on cars? YouTube taught me how to get the tire pressure light off. Never did I know after you check all 4 tires, air pressure, you have to check the spare because Honda's spare has a dang sensor too. Oh, wow. We can try if I can work on my car and talk at the same time. You're absolutely fine. You can do that. I don't mind. I will drop the link. John and Rick, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. But John, you have to come up. You've already promised me. And I don't mind if you're working on your car. Okay, Brookie wants to know, Rick, where are you at? East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, or South? He's in Ohio. He's in the East Coast area, darling. Who? John is awesome. John is awesome. I love John. He is hilarious. Well, hello, Rick.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm actually in the Midwestern part of
Ohio.
I'm right here by Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, okay.
I'm in between Cincinnati and Dayton.
Oh, okay. I've been to Cincinnati. I worked at State Fair.
I hate it. But
Tennessee is a better place.
yeah, it's a much better place. I flew over to Smoky Mountains in a helicopter as a juvenile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. What's up, dude?
Hello, Mr. John Davis.
What's up?
Nothing much. What are you doing?
Trying to get my freaking radiator cap off.
You're joking, right?
No.
If you can't get a grip on it, take your belt, if it's leather, and wrap it around it, and then use that as leverage to turn it.
Sort of like an oil wrench.
I can get the grip on it. It's just, you know how you push down and turn it? It pops up, but it still will not come all the way off.
Oh.
And I'm scared I'm going to break that lip, and then I'll have to have a new damn radiator.
You all right, my dude? No. You want some cough medicine? Hang on, I'll be right back. I get my son some cough medicine real quick.
Okay. So, what's wrong with your car, John?
The heater won't get hot.
Thermostat.
I already changed it. Listen, I didn't come here to get tips from no woman, okay?
Well, I was just saying.
I'm just trying to get the audience revved up this morning.
Jerry,
Woman?
Jerry.
What do you mean by that?
Say it again, Bubba.
Yeah, woman.
My
But
son says hi.
I didn't think about that, Rick. You can use a belt like an oil
Yep,
filter wrench.
sure
I
can.
guess. Is that the right name for it?
Yeah. Well, filters, wrenches, yeah, that's what they call them. I usually
Okay,
take a screwdriver and go through it.
I see you had a question, guys. We got two men here that work on the cars. So tell her what's wrong with her car.
Hang on a second, Chris. Hang on. What was the question? I don't see it.
It goes clack, clack, ping, ping. What's wrong with it?
If you turn left or right, or if you're going down the road, because it
I
could be.
don't know that she never did answer that question.
Sounds like it's making weird noises to me.
Sounds like a Chevrolet.
Oh, I thought you'd have said Ford, found on the road dead.
No, first on race day.
Oh, first on road. Okay. You're a Ford man then.
Yes,
Fix or repair daily.
exactly. You
Yeah,
gotta give me
there
something
you
to do. It keeps me in business. Fords do.
It sounds like a broken hot wire. That, like.
Okay, I see you. What was wrong with your car again?
I'm not.
Hang on, Chris. Hang on, Chris. Hang on, Chris. Hang on, Chris. Hold on. You're getting overworked up now. Hold on a second. Simmer down a little bit, buddy. Here's your cough medicine.
Robin says, as cold as it has been lately, John, it may be too late to add antifreeze. Freeze plug issues.
Freeze out plug.
Did you hear her, John?
What about the freeze out plugs, or maybe the heater core?
His heater's not working.
Is the blower not working, or is it just not getting hot?
All right, guys, let me simplify a little bit, okay? I'm really not looking for notes. I'm kind of on top of it. I was just letting y'all know what was going on.
That could be a problem. You're on top of it.
Guys, if you
It's starting to feel like a problem.
Oh, Lord.
Cover your mouth, please, son.
So, John, what do you think about Lil Lonnie going to jail?
That's
I'm glad. It's about time.
I'm about to take a shot to that.
I hate that it, it kind of brings all hope that maybe something could have still been positive and Quinton was out there, but at least we know the person responsible should be going to see some kind of justice.
And we know now that he's at peace. He got the justice that he deserves.
I was kind of worried maybe they had lied about what happened to him and he could have been being trafficked still or something. So, it's bad what happened, but it's good that somebody's going to pay for it.
Right.
Kimberly Brummett, John says, John, wait until Brandy gets home. She'll fix it. It's okay.
Just jump on YouTube. They'll tell you how to do it.
I've already watched about 20 videos.
I'm YouTube certified.
YouTube certified. Robin says, John, it could be the fact that you are working on it. That's the problem.
Oh,
Everybody's a comedian this morning, ain't they?
yeah.
John, you know we love you. You always make us laugh. We got to pick on you when we can.
I'm glad it's somebody else instead of me this time.
Y'all want to get some good laughs? Come watch Nana play trivia tomorrow night.
Are we going through with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you told me you was going to let me know this morning.
Well, I had to make sure your partner was still lined up, and they are, so it's on.
Okay. Yeah, y'all are going to have a good laugh because I'd say Ziggy will kick my butt.
So I like karaoke too, but I can't find out how to do it without getting copyrights.
You can.
You make a second channel and you go over there and you have your audience come over there and you have a great laugh. And then when you're done with it, click it as unlisted.
Ah.
I mean, they won't copyrighted or anything while you're live. Just after you're live, you have to click it unlisted.
Makes sense. See, I'm still learning all this, but I really like to sing, and it's just I listen to a lot of music while I'm working on stuff. And
Well, I tell you, man, I've been at it for a minute, and I can't get 5 seconds of any song in a video without it getting copyrighted.
I've been copyrighted like 4 times already.
They copyright everything if it's original music.
Go ahead, John.
But if you need music for something else, there's a huge library and studio if you want like background music or something like that. But as far as, copyrighted music, I don't think there is a way to play it without getting a copyright.
But not every copyright goes against you. Sometimes the artists just say, "We'll share the ad revenue with me."
See, I'm not monetized or nothing yet. I'm still starting out. Like,
shit, you ain't got nothing to lose, man. Let it rip.
Yeah, you can play karaoke and play any music you want. Go ahead.
I've never got a copyright strike yet, but they will give you a warning anytime you put some kind of music in it that has copyright.
But if you're not monetized, it's not going to hurt anything until after you try to monetize.
Right.
And you just don't monetize those videos.
Ah, okay. Well, see, I like the older country, like Keith Whitley, Conway Twitty, stuff like that. And
can you sing?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well, let me find a song real quick. I don't want to get nobody in trouble for copyright.
No, you can't play music. You just have to sing. If you're just singing without music, then it won't copyright me.
Yeah, acapella, bro.
What is it?
Acapella.
Acapella.
I know all the words to the Uncle Cracker Follow Me. I do know that one.
Well, all you gotta do is sing. Just sing a couple sentences out of it. I just want to know if you can sing or not.
Okay, I got one. You don't know how you met me. You don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea. I'm singing, follow me, everything is all right. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
Okay.
I'm not all that good, but I try.
Hey, you got more balls than I do. I couldn't get on here and sing. John can, though. John does. Don't you, John?
I'm next level, though, Nana.
Are you? Good morning, Janie.
Oh, the freaking cat's in my trash. Get out of here, you bastard.
That why
Get on out of here. We don't know what it means, but we know it works.
Sorry, guys. We're just freestyling this morning.
We're celebrating Leilani going to jail.
Yeah. I still think BJ needs to be charged with something, though.
I think everybody in that house that was there of age needs to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How can you be in a house and something happened to a child and you not know what's going on? I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
Exactly. I mean, I know every move my son makes. You know what I mean?
But you can.
They all know what's up. I mean, they all know there was a reason that she tried to get she got custody from Leilani, so it wasn't like there was a question whether she was a good parent or not.
Right.
Right?
There's pure evil surrounding that house.
Mama Mac says you have a great voice, Rick.
Well, thank you.
Did you put your link in the chat, Rick?
It's under Rick's Clicks with the fingers pointing at you. I don't know how to drop links.
Oh, okay.
Go to your About section, Rick, and there's a link for your channel. Copy it and then paste it in the chat.
Let me grab my other cell phone real quick and do that real quick. I got four different phones that I use, so.
You got a new one.
Yeah, I did. My son, he likes to be.
I had to learn all that shit from trial and error. Nobody told me how to do nothing. You know it?
Yeah, nobody told me how to do nothing either. Trust me.
Oh, bullshit. I helped you out.
Yes, you. Well, that was after I'd already started, though.
Well, yeah. I tried.
And I greatly appreciate it. Trust me.
Nana.
What, bub?
What in the world is going on?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Which one?
John, he was what?
Nana. Oh, shit.
Can you guys not hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear both of you.
John, I can hear you.
Okay, I think I had a hiccup or something.
Yeah.
Little man sounds like my little girl. She's coughing and hacking too.
Yeah, I've been giving him cough medicine for the past 3 days.
Blown engine and everything.
But he don't have a temperature, so.
I've been giving him cough medicine for the past 3 days.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Engine and everything.
There we go. Now, I think I got this figured out. How I can drop the link. I dropped it, I think.
Okay, we'll see. Hang on.
What they set Leilani's bond at, Nana?
I don't think they've said it yet, or if they have, they haven't said how much. But it's the bond hearing is today.
Oh, it's today. Okay.
Yeah. Seeking Sincerity says, or Serenity says, my granddaughter was removed from her grandma's house because mom tested positive again for hard drugs through her hair stats. Mom was living with grandma, but after grandma had temporary custody.
Wow. It's sad.
Well, I'm trying to pull your channel up, Rick, so I can grab your link, but it's taking forever for some reason. Rottweiler says, I hope no bond. Yeah, but they'll give her a bond. Dana Kay is, I believe Dana Kay is a nurse. Dana Kay says, have him sip pineapple juice for his cough.
Okay, I'll try that.
And also, if he has a sore throat, the doctors will tell you get orange Jello mix and fix just the hot part of it. Don't add the cold water. And as soon as it starts to cool down enough where you can sip on it, have them sip the Jello, and it helps coat their throat.
All right, I'll definitely try it. I was just getting ready to tell you, let me check and see if it'll charge for you, buddy. If it charges, then I don't care. I just had to glue your charger back together. Here,
Oh, her bond is 20,000. Oh, 20. What?
I'm taking all these donuts.
take your donuts and go on.
Hey, did you see where they said I seen somewhere somebody was saying that Sarah Wandra got declared unable to stand trial for now.
I don't doubt it. I haven't seen that, but I don't doubt it one bit.
Check
She
on
is
it, but you
Looney
can.
Tunes. There is Rick's link. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. I couldn't get it to pull up, honey.
Thank you guys for all the support, for real.
Everybody go check that out. Okay, Rottweiler, thank you for clarifying that. Her bond, hopefully it'll be 20 million. I don't think it's gonna be 20 million, but if they want to push it, they'll do $1 million for sure.
That's sad because they tried to put me in jail over a tag that was still registered to my truck, but it was on my Honda because my truck got totaled and I didn't have time to switch it.
Right.
What is it?
Seeking Serenity says it'll be crazy high cash bond. Then if she comes up with it, they'll pull out another charge, right?
I hope.
As they should. I think she should have to suffer like he did, in my opinion. An eye for an eye, you know?
Right.
And
Do y'all think Danny turned on her like everybody's trying to say?
I think he was involved.
I do too, but they're trying to say that he turned her in,
I
that
highly
he
doubt.
was working with the FBI.
I highly doubt that. He bailed too quickly, and he's the one that called the babysitter in the morning saying they didn't need her. Come on now.
Exactly.
He's
He was the last one supposedly to see the baby alive.
That was a text though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I heard it was a phone call.
No, it was a text.
Well, anybody could do a text.
Dana Kay says, I'm certain that Billy Joe's going to get custody of the other two kids. I don't know. That one grandfather of the oldest boy, I can't remember his name. I keep wanting to call him Zach, but that's not it.
Zane.
Zane. Okay. That grandfather is fighting for custody. Big time.
Well, you would think Billy Joe'd have a hell of a time getting custody after this.
Yeah, you'd think.
Hell, I wouldn't even let her watch a bird or a dog or anything. I mean, there ain't no way. And she shows her intelligence level by taking the kids right back to the danger she took them out of.
Right. Mama Bear says, yes, it was a text that was sent to the babysitter.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying that because I was under the impression it was a call. So,
Yeah, I think that makes it completely different because anybody can send a text, you know?
Right. But then again, you have to wonder, he was already at work and on his way home, supposedly by 9 o'clock, because they used his phone to call the babysitter and asked her if she'd seen the baby. So how did he already know that the baby was missing before Leilani supposedly woke up at 9 o'clock?
see, there's a way you can take people's phones and you can go in and edit the number that the text comes from.
Okay, Dana Kay, hang on. Let me find it, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of ways to do that.
Dana Kay says, yes, a text. Leilani may have called the babysitter.
Well, there's a reason she's been arrested and he ain't.
Right.
See, at first I thought the grandma was like playing her part to try to get information, but the more it went on, I'm like, nah, she's just as guilty.
Right. Second to no one says, I think Danny told them everything he knew when he was questioned and hasn't peeped a word since. He left as far as we know, right? I still think, I don't care if they're turning over, helping FBI or whatever. I think they all need to be charged with something.
Yeah, definitely.
Conspiracy, something. Covering up the evidence, something's got to be done to show that there will be justice for these children. You know, it's getting ridiculous. There's more kids dying now than anything, and it's sad. Like them 4 college kids, you know,
Right.
I mean, not technically kids, but in my eyes, they're still kids, you know?
Exactly. Well, or what about just the other night? There was 5 more people pew-pewed in that club in Colorado.
Exactly. This world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Well, I tell you what would fix a lot of this shit. If you started enforcing the hell out of mandated reporter laws, and then people that sees this kind of shit ain't going to sit back and not say shit if they think their ass is going to jail too.
Right.
I think they should.
That shit, I guarantee you, these people that are doing this shit are not high character people. Okay? They ain't going to jail for somebody else. If you would enforce that shit, hey, I seen a bruise, I seen this, I seen them do this, I seen this, I seen this. You hear all these stories. If you'd enforce, well, if you seen that and didn't do shit, you're going to jail too. Then grandpa, grandma, boyfriends, all these other people ain't going to be half as likely to keep their mouth shut. I promise you.
Or if they start doing justice the old way and hanging people in the streets again like they used to, and making a point to be like,
I agree with that, Rick, but we can't actually say stuff like that on here.
Oh,
you have to watch how you word things.
If you take people out and string them up.
Okay. If everybody, that would mean everybody on Ben Hill Road needs to go to jail. And I do agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Everybody on Ben Hill Road that ever saw Summer needs to be took in.
Yeah.
Include the church.
Yeah, because if a church don't turn something like that in,
for at least neglect, then yeah, I agree. I think everybody in that church that looked at that and thought, damn, that's suspicious. A little girl runs around church with no supervision. Her mom's sleeping over in the pew. She comes to church the majority of the time without her hair even being combed. I think most churches, there would have been something questioned about that.
Yeah, there would have been. Second to no one says old-fashioned justice works really good. I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, but it's reality too. We just can't do that. It'd be nice if we could, but we can't. So, we got to come up with real ways of making a change. And I'm telling you, if people would push the mandated reporter shit, every one of these cases you hear about, there is somebody telling a story about something they seen that happened months before they either disappeared or got killed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after you do that, you got to go back and fix Department of Child Services. They're way underfunded. That should be a position to where they make top pay. You got people out there competing for the jobs, not how it is. There should be a lot more funding going toward that than stupid shit.
Right.
Exactly. Instead of paying all these football players all this money to go out here and tackle a ball, they should put it into where it really matters, and that's helping these kids and helping these people that are recovering addicts or people of abuse, and that
Well, the government ain't exactly the ones paying the NFL, but there's places in the budget where money's being spent that it could be redirected to something more important. There's a lot of it. If you tried to trim some fat, put it all into DHS and trying to build that system up and enforce the mandated reporter stuff, you would see a big decline in this shit.
Right. Lisa says you need a license to drive, fish, own a pet, but any crackpot loser can have many kids as they want and treat them like garbage. It's horrible. That's true. Storms of life, honey, in Tennessee, everybody is a mandated reporter, no matter your age, your profession, whatever. In Tennessee, everybody is a mandated reporter.
Really?
Yes.
I'm about to move to Tennessee. No, when Upchurch was coming in here bringing light to some of these cases and stuff, he may have went about some of the things the wrong way, but he was still bringing attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the people want to go and fault the people on YouTube for how things are going down, and it's like, wait a minute, if it wasn't for the people on YouTube, everything would be swept under the rug and nobody would know nothing about it.
Well, I don't think it's everybody on YouTube that's getting I think it's just certain ones that are acting certain ways that
Right.
are catching the flack. Because there are right ways and wrong ways to get things accomplished.
Yeah. I believe, if I had the funding, man, I would love to be an advocate for some of these people, and try to get help for the ones that need it and stuff. But I just don't have the funding.
Hey, John, that's what you need to do for your next tournament. Is what you need to do is do laws. Do questions about the different laws concerning children and abuse and neglect and all that.
That'd be interesting.
Because then it would help teach other people what laws are and what there are out there and what's not. You know what I mean? Just a thought.
See, I'm an ordained minister, and I'd like to put my ministry to work, and it's just, it was the easiest thing to get a license for. I'm not gonna lie. So I done it.
Mama Max says, children are so precious to me. I only had one. The best thing I've ever done. I'd die for my son. Yeah, me too, honey. And I had 4 of them. John, are you still there?
Yeah, man, I'm just working on my shit.
Oh, okay. Just making sure we hadn't lost you.
No, I'm right here, man. I'm in it.
Okay.
See, I was on methamphetamines for a long time, and when I got custody of my son, I changed my whole life and been sober almost 4 years.
Awesome.
And I mean, the 2 heart attacks didn't stop me from doing it. Nothing stopped me. But when I got custody of my son, it was like, okay, now I need to change my ways.
Right. Lisa, I agree with you, honey. She says, why should it be a law to report child neglect or abuse? We, as decent humans with a heart, should automatically report this out of the goodness of our hearts.
That should come natural. Yes, I agree.
Amen, but it don't, and we've seen a lot of examples of it. So that's why we need the law, and we need it to be enforced.
I tell you something else that, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I tell you something else that we need to do. The Holly Bobo case, Holly's mom started a petition, and I don't know how far it got, but we need to check on it. But she started a petition to get a for just missing kids, missing people. There should be a task force when somebody goes missing to bring just that task force in to handle the case instead of all these local law enforcements and stuff that have to worry about all this other stuff they complain that they have to worry about, and they don't have time to do a correct job on the missing person.
That should be the DSF, the Children's Services people. They should make them with the authority to arrest people for neglect.
Well, no, I'm talking about as far as hunting, because in the Holly Bobo case, supposedly, I don't know if it's true, but supposedly when law enforcement got to the house, it took them over 2 hours to even start the search for Holly. And they had local TBI, FBI, and U.S. Marshals on scene, and it still took them over 2 hours to even start looking for Holly Bobo.
That's sad.
And they even knew what direction she went in and everything. So I'm just think that is an awesome idea, is to actually get a task force together that deals specifically with, like with Summer, if they'd have had a task force and actually known what direction they were supposed to be going in, or, as far as investigating, they could have, instead of everybody, oh no, they're in charge of it. No, these people are in charge of it. No, TBI is working on it. FBI is working. Nobody knew who was actually in charge. Actually, they still don't, if you ask me. Because nobody take the blame. Huh? Go ahead.
In my opinion, I believe Summer is still alive. I believe that she was, because there's something going around that she was seen in a picture in another state or something like that. It's just speculation, and from what I've been seeing. So
it was in Arkansas. They thought they saw her at a motel.
and honestly, it would be a miracle. It would be.
Right. Yeah. The like with Summer though, they didn't set the roadblocks up for what was it, John? 8 days? It was 8 days before they ever even set a roadblock up. How
Well,
stupid is that?
in the 8th day, it seems kind of pointless.
Exactly.
Yeah. But see,
And
I didn't even know about these true crime channels. I didn't know nothing about being able to come up on panels or nothing until Kylie Rodney case,
right.
and that was handled all bad.
Yeah, it is. Or it's still going on.
Right. There's people now saying that she was in witness protection and like this and that. And it's like, wow.
She was seen with Jose in Alaska too. Well, we don't know that that's true, but yes, that was reported. Another thing too, CPS needs to have a database from state to state with reports. Then when people move to avoid them or leave the state to give birth to avoid charges, then it pops up right after that. Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. That's a good idea.
Right, Waller, it seems like it's getting that way with every place nowadays, but he says the sheriff's department in that area of Holly Bobo is incompetent. They are so incompetent that they arrest people who are moving out of their own house for theft. Wow. That's okay. I found out from somebody that lives over in Holly Bobo's area. She said the Austin dude that they first wanted to charge and he wound up unaliving himself. She said that guy actually was out there hunting for Holly with everybody else. He was part of the search and made a video while he was searching entitled, "Who Am I Looking For?" That's weird.
Very. It's strange.
Yes, Lisa, that's what we were just talking about. Somebody reported that Summer was supposedly seen in Alaska with Jose. But then again, we don't know. A lot of this stuff is just rumors. A lot of it's stuff that was made up just to.
A lot of being seen with Jose sounds like bullshit to me.
Right.
I don't even know if it should qualify as a rumor.
Does anybody? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Does anybody remember the Nilo Lattimore case?
No.
It's where the kid was unalived by the mom's boyfriend and was thrown in the river here in Cincinnati.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The guy got charged because they found the mom unalived, but they still haven't found the baby, and they still charged him.
Right. And can y'all believe what that woman Becky told Smiley Stories last night or the other day on the phone? That in the state of Tennessee, they cannot charge anybody unless they have a body. I seriously considered calling Becky up today and asking her, what about the Joe Clyde Daniels case? That little boy still ain't been found. And his mom and dad both are sitting in jail.
Well, I mean, you could look that up. That should be easy to tell if that's fact or not. Just Google, can you be tried,
Well, no, Joe Clyde Daniels is from West Tennessee. And trust me, his mom and dad are sitting in jail right now. And that baby has never been found. There's a detective or a PI that comes up every year looking for his body. Every year.
I didn't say you was wrong, Nana. I was just saying, if you Google that shit, I'm sure it'd be easy to find out for sure.
Well, according to Becky, she's worked for the sheriff's department for over 30 years, and she knows the laws, John. According to her.
I don't know Becky personally, so I can neither deny or confirm her knowledge of the laws. However, Google that shit.
Right.
There is two cases I was really really wanting to get out there, and that was my friend Todd Mathis and Billy D. Silvestro. They both
Yeah.
come up missing, and they're both from my area, and I hung out with both of them. And over the years, one came up missing, and then the other one years later, but they still haven't found them.
Well, if you really want to get those stories out, then you need to get a hold of Matt Gilbert. He's doing a true crime podcast. It's for the children, and it's going to be aired on the 17th of December. He's trying to get all the creators together and each one do a different story to try to bring awareness to all the different kids that are missing, trying to get their stories out. And then also, if you have a legitimate organization like the Angel Tree, stuff like that, that helps kids in your own area, then you can ask for donations for that charity.
Well, my buddy Billy's mom, she started a thing. It's Bring Billy Home.
Yeah.
It's been all over the news. He's been gone for 13 years now, something like that.
Right.
Got a Facebook page you can tell people?
Yeah, it's Ricky D. Rose. And you can find hers is Debbie Estes. And it's got Bring Billy Home on it. And then there's Todd Mathis. But I don't know about Todd. He was into drugs real bad and everything, but that still don't deserve him to come up missing,
Right.
But Billy didn't harm a soul. He'd give you the shirt off his back in the freezing cold.
Well, all you got to do, hon, is either go live on your channel or just do a video about the people you're wanting to get the word out about, and put the video out there on your channel. Get their information and their picture, their stories out there.
That sounds like something I could do, because Billy's mom agreed to come up on my panel and talk.
Well, there you go.
Hell yeah. Have a live, man.
Everybody go over and check out Rick's channel and subscribe to him so he can hurry up and get up enough people to be able to do his lives and have a community tab and all that.
I would greatly appreciate it. I'm on disability because of my 2 heart attacks and stuff, but it's hard for me to raise my son, without other types of income.
Right. Right. Waller says that was my sister unalived my dad. Oh wow. Or that I got arrested for stealing out of my house that I was moving out of. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I think I will set that live up, and I'll put I'll set it for a certain day. That way, everybody will have time to go in and be ready for it.
Right. Mama Bear says that she's already a sub of yours.
Oh, okay, cool. Somebody sent me a friend request too on Facebook. I just now got it.
Well, maybe you're working on your single dad issues you got there now.
Well, that'd be nice.
Well, you could come on my channel and we could do an auction. We could auction you off.
Hey, if it helps bring your channel back up more too, then go for it.
I don't know. Are we allowed to sell people, John?
You can do a raffle.
I don't know how much you're going to get out of Ricky anyway.
Well, I mean, it's just the thought, it'll get him the dates and the phone numbers and that kind of stuff.
Just pick it on Ricky, man.
I look like the northbound end of a southbound jackass. No.
You ain't helping your case out any, Ricky.
Do what? Did you get the lid off?
Hell no.
Step back, drink a beer, and think about it. It'll come to you.
Well, I done thought about it. There's a damn bar that goes across it, and I can't get all the power on it I want to, so I'm taking the damn thing off.
Mama Bear says, what's your name on Facebook? You have things for your friends who are missing?
I can repost them, but yeah, it's Ricky D Rose.
Rhodes?
Rose, like the flower, rose.
Rose. Okay. Rottweiler says, Mama Bear, Nana has my email. I can tell you that I was on the phone with my dad when he was unalived. Of course, we called the sheriff department and they ruled it as a heart attack.
Oh wow. That's some shifty stuff right there.
Danny K is serious about her thoughts here. It says, my opinion only. If it becomes a law that if you SA a child or unalive a child, it should be execution if the particular or predator is proven guilty. The slaps on the hand don't scare them to not do it again, right? I don't know where my glasses are, guys, and I thought about putting it up on my TV so I could read this morning, but as I said, I got back from town late.
I believe that the non-violent offenders that are in jail and everything and are in prison, I think they can have a chance to redeem themselves by going and serving for our country, fighting for our country. And to keep these innocent kids from getting out of high school, going to the war, you know?
Right.
I don't know if I'd redeem them.
If they're in there for like petty theft
he's talking about non-violent stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought we was talking about other people. Never mind. I'm sorry.
no, they should send them over there as the weapons and bomb them.
As the shields. That's what you call shields right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them up front. Good luck. Just give them a butter knife. Put them up front.
Rottweiler says, John Davis, stop, sit down, and smoke a cigarette, and it will come to you.
It ain't nothing coming to me, man. I'm telling you, this thing, it's the radiator cap. Something's wrong.
Well, go boil you a pan of water and pour on top of it, and then push down and turn. It might need to be expanded.
Like I said, Ricky, I'm not looking for notes, brother. I'm on top of it.
Okay.
And he keeps telling you, you being on top of it might be what's keeping you from pulling it off. So, John, just so I have witnesses that I'm not trying to cheat, what's the questions going to be about tomorrow?
Man, you've tried to cheat a few times.
I have not. All I did was ask you if you were going to ask questions about the Murdaugh murders.
And well, that was one of the situations where you wasn't asking something, but you was trying to get your questions in the match.
Well, you're crazy.
I'm honest. I run a clean ship over at John Davis Crew Crime Trivia. We don't have no bullshit.
Yes, Ricky has his own YouTube channel. It's called Rick's Clicks. And if you'll look, the link should be in the chat somewhere, hun. It's been posted a couple of times.
That's one of my favorite sayings. I got this.
You see what Robin put, didn't you, John? She said, John Davis, true crimes. Nana is not a cheater.
You don't know Nana as well as I do.
No, I'm not a cheater.
Do I know you well, Nana?
You know me pretty well.
Okay.
But I'm not a cheater.
I didn't say you were. You are, but I didn't say.
No. Lone Star Mama says, I pray they get Mandus, Grandus, and Dungeon Dawn for Summer's case. Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard that one. Dungeon Dawn. Have you ever heard that, Dawn?
No.
I've heard some funny nicknames for some of these people. like Leilani.
Leilani, that's not a nickname. That's her real name. She's part Hawaiian.
Well, I mean Leilani.
Laylon.
Oh, Leilani. Okay, yeah.
Damn, Nana, we got to slow shit down for you, don't we?
Yes, you do. Seeking Serenity. Who are you talking to? You couldn't play trivia with them. Sandy, I'm sorry. That is correct. I heard my sister and my dad saying, stop hitting. Oh, okay. That's still part of your private conversation. Leilani was called that from day one.
Yeah. When they was doing the Kylie case, the tow truck guy, they was calling him Bro Tank.
Yeah. Seeking was talking to me and you, John Davis. She wouldn't want to play trivia with us.
Well,
I don't know. She just said she wouldn't. I'm assuming it's a she. I'm hoping anyways.
There's too many cases out there.
Leilani is going to be there for a long time before a trial is set. Look how long the Boswell case is taking. I'm just praying Leilani will come clean and tell the truth about what happened to baby Quinton. Hey, did y'all hear that where Kayla Montgomery went to court the other day and it came out that she did back in June? She spilled her guts and told everything she knew on Adam.
yeah, I told you that when it happened.
I know that it was speculation, but it came out that it's fact. So not that she's much better than him at all because she allowed it to happen, but at least she did something right. And
she was trying to save her own ass. Let's be honest.
Right.
What case is this?
The Harmony Montgomery case.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, what do you guys think about the Michael Vaughn? That's some crazy. That's a crazy case too.
Michael Vaughn, yeah, it is.
Who would have thought that the weirdo fake taxi drivers would have had something to do with it?
I still think there was more people involved.
I think they might have ran over him with the car and panicked and did what they done.
See, I can't pronounce your name, honey. Anyways, it says I am wondering what Leilani's sentence will be. 25 to life. What do y'all think? Hello, sweetheart. Although I can't pronounce your name. Ketka, I believe is how you pronounce it. Sedka, I'd say.
But I believe that Leilani should get the death penalty. I mean, her son didn't get a choice. Why should she?
Right. I agree.
But I mean, word does travel quickly throughout the prisons, and they don't like people that mess with kids, and it don't matter who you are. If you do anything that involves a kid, it'll get back to you in prison. So.
Sorry, y'all. I had to let the dog in.
Man, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to start cussing a lot here in just a minute. I don't want to be on your show while I'm doing it.
Well, I appreciate the thought, sweetheart, but it wouldn't matter to me. We'd just enjoy it. We'd laugh. But
I don't want to have them clips out there, though. You know what I'm saying?
I know, sweetheart.
He just all the one was laughing.
What time are we doing the game tomorrow night?
8.
8 o'clock. All righty. I'll be ready, hon.
Is that AM or PM?
PM.
I'll see y'all later.
Thanks,
See you later.
John. Bye, sweetie.
I'm about to jump off here and go make breakfast myself.
All right, Rick. Well, I hope that helps your channel some, hun. And you're more than welcome to come up anytime. You're more than welcome to come over here and say, hey, Nana, throw me the link. So, okay.
Well, I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's truly a blessing. And bless everybody that's in here in this chat today.
You too, sweetheart. And you take care of that baby of yours.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to go make him some scrambled eggs and some toast, and then we're going to go probably to urgent care.
Okay. Well, you let us know how he's doing, okay?
I sure will. Thank you all for everything.
Thank you for coming up, baby. We'll
Not a
talk to you
problem.
later.
Later.
Okay, guys, it's just us again. You believe they'll go for the maximum sentencing and may offer her life if she pleads guilty. I don't know. Well, I do. I can say that law enforcement down there is pretty, they're taking this to heart. So, yeah, she's probably going to get it big time. Just like with the Michael Vaughn, when that woman goes, or that man and woman, whoever's involved, I'd say more than likely they're not going to be having a good time. Trust me. That police department and the people in that town are taking it all real personal, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. I wished Hawkins County would take it more personally. Anybody else want to come up and chat, guys? You're all more than welcome to. You know you are. Thank you, Seeking. I appreciate that, sweetheart. You hope they give her exactly what Quinton got? But I'd settle for life. You can see it all over Chief Hadley's. Malice murder is a heavier charge, isn't it? Right, yes. I believe it is. Taxpayers should not have to feed and house her for 60 years. True. I know I was, I don't even know if whoever it was that was in here yesterday, we were talking about doing that new 10 commandments. We'll try to do that the next time I go live, because it was just with all this Leilani crap, I just didn't get it ready, guys. I know I saw that too. Chibarka says the man fought back tears at the press conference. He fought back tears. Yeah. Chief Hadley choked up and got teary-eyed while talking. Okay, I'll go ahead and drop the link if anybody wants to jump up here and have a say. Sandy, I believe it was you that we were talking about doing the 10 commandment thing, wasn't it? Now that I see your name. The new 10 commandments, were you not in here yesterday, Dana Kay? Sandy says, I lived in Savannah in the 80s. It's a port city. Law enforcement is well trained because of the U.S. Customs and the port. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, Dana Kay, there's 10 new commandments that the world religious leaders took up on Mount Sinai on the 13th of November and posted them somewhere, somehow. They're not actually technically called the new 10 commandments, but it's the new 10, forget what the actual word they're using, but that's what it is, the new 10 commandments that we're all supposed to live by. Seeking, I would say more than likely he did see it, and he probably will never forget it. I know, Lord, I couldn't. Once they reveal the details, it's going to be bad. Little Quinton suffered the ultimate and knew what she was doing to him. Her face was the last thing he saw in the hands that were supposed to comfort him. Let me tell you guys something. I can't reveal who it is, but I found out about a story yesterday that really surprised me, and it's here in Tennessee. But like a year ago, there was a guy in his 20s, and he was playing his video games, and he was supposed to have been taking care of his 6-month-old child, and got agitated at the baby because the baby was fussy, and um, the baby wound up being flung against the wall, wound up with 7 broken ribs, all kinds of stuff. I mean, trauma to the head. He literally beat the baby with his fist. And thank heavens, this man got life in prison. Life. So there are some judges and some of the law enforcement and, the political side of, lawyers and stuff like that, that do still have a heart out here, guys. So we have to keep hope that these monsters will get the justice that is coming to them. And there you go, Dana Kay. That's right. Why put up new ones? Because the old ones aren't being followed. I agree. Rottweilers is disgusting that way that they went there. I am surprised God didn't blow up the earth right then. Well, supposedly they wore shoes and walked on the sacred holy ground up there too, when they took it up there. And I'm telling y'all, that's another part of that I didn't get to dig up. But I'm telling y'all, the thumbnail, when I first saw about this going on, the thumbnail was the Pope kissing, and I'm not sure what religious leader it was, but it was another religious leader. They were kissing on the mouth in the thumbnail. And some people wouldn't think that wrong, but when you're talking about, religious leaders coming together and stuff, I don't think coming together in that manner is exactly what we were hoping for. You know what I mean? Crimes against babies and children are unforgivable. That's right. All of them are, because if you'll think, no matter how old the person is, it's still somebody's baby. It's still somebody's child. Honey, I don't know. I wished I could understand why people are hurting children in such large why they're hurting children to begin with, but they are doing it in mass amounts lately. What did the commandments look like? I don't know. I've not seen the actual thing, but from what I read, like they're talking about the God's not the only creator of humankind, that humans are partial creators, and that we're supposed to take care of the earth better and that kind of stuff. Who gave them permission? Well, I guess, honey, they thought because they were the world religious leaders, they had the right to do and go wherever they wanted to. My grandchildren's uncle destroyed his girlfriend's child the same way. He got less than 5 years. The child is now in a vegetative state. This baby is my niece's husband's nephew. That's sad. And the thing about it is the 6-month-old baby that I was speaking of didn't make it. He lived 2 days. 2 days. Dana Kay, I don't understand what you're saying, honey. And please try to remember, Dana Kay, I'm not saying anything about same-sex relationships. I'm not bashing that at all. In my opinion, biblically, no, it's not correct. But my son is married to a man, and they have a very loving and good relationship. And I love my son-in-law with everything. And they are some of the, they are really, really good parents to my granddaughter. So I'm not saying anything about that. But the plain and simple fact is, we're talking about religious leaders that are supposed to be up here holding, moral ground, blah, blah, blah. And yet they've got a picture of the two leaders kissing on the mouth. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe that don't make sense to people why it bothers me, but it does. Drug use and immunity seem to be a common denominator in these immaturity, seem to be a common denominator in these cases against children. Too many people having babies and can't even take care of themselves and don't live responsible lives. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Well, welcome to the family. Everything we discuss is not fact. We discuss our opinions on this channel. It's speculation in a factual manner. Welcome to all coming in. Take a seat and hit the thumbs up. Thank you, sweetheart. Right, NanasAngels7, NanasAngels7. God did not write these. Man wrote these, and it's ridiculous that they're even posting them. Thank you, Versi. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Like I said, next time we do it, I will have all the stuff ready about the new 10 commandments, and we'll be ready to read them and go over them. I do apologize I didn't have it ready. I had so many people sending me things last night about Leilani being arrested, and I tried to get that little short video out. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. I really do. And I try to help all channels coming up. I support channels that are already out there and have way more subscribers than I do. The best way to have a community is to love and care for each other in the community, and support them, hold them up. And it's not to bash. Rick, that's something you need to learn early on. Do not ever bash other creators. If you don't like a certain creator, just don't talk about them. And if somebody else brings them up, just don't bash them. And that's just my opinion. Just don't talk bad about other creators, and you'll be all right. Well, thank you. It says, I'm blessed to have come across your channel. Thanks for the blessings. Anytime, hon. Anytime I can do anything, I'm more than willing to help. There's a picture of Obama kissing David Cameron. Wow. Did I contact the person we discussed yesterday? Oh, Lord, which one? You'll have to remind me, Robin. I tried calling. I did try to contact Nancy Grace's show, but the number I got for it says it's out of order, which is crazy because it's just supposed to be up to date. I sent out emails to Dennis Ferreira. He does the Ferreira files. Are you leaving, Chewbacca? Have a great day, sweetheart. Right. That's the best way to be, Rick. Just if you don't like somebody, just leave. That's just all there is. Mama Bear says, Nana, Alex shouted you out all the time on her lives. That's how I found out about you. I know she does. I love Alex to death. She is awesome. She is really awesome. And I respect her with everything in me. That's what I'm saying. I holler back at her, even though she's a way bigger channel than me. And I'm glad that she sent you my way, by the way, Mama Bear. Nana, best advice ever. Don't talk about other creators. Right. Well, I mean, it's criticizing and tearing somebody else down does nothing. It don't even in real life, guys, to try to criticize and tear somebody else down simply because you are a miserable person does not make you feel any better. It doesn't. If the old saying, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, goes a long way. But even if you don't have nothing nice to say, you will feel better even if you say it. Even like fake it till you make it type deal. If you don't like somebody and you don't like something they're doing, if you will find one thing that you can say nice about that person, I guarantee you later on you'll feel better about yourself. You don't remember how you found my channel? I can tell you how Robin found, well, I don't know how she found my channel, but Robin was my 1,000th subscriber. I have 3 I subscribe to. That's it. I might occasionally go in and check out about a header, but usually don't stay. Well, I subscribe to a lot of people, but I don't watch hardly any of them. I like hearing about other people's views on things because it opens the door to most truth, right? How long ago for you and Robin? I believe it was like mid-March when I got my 1,000th view. So probably mid-March. Robin's been with me ever since. Summer brought you to me. That's sweet. Nano7 or Nano7, I'm sorry, I keep calling you Nano. There's a link to his channel in the chat, but it's Rick's Clicks. Yeah. Robin was your draw to me. She was so nice. Oh, well, Robin is absolutely wonderful person. Me and Robin have talked on the phone many, many, many days, and we've never really had any problems. What am I? Okay, yeah. We have bots coming in, guys. But my accent is so adorable. Okay. Thank you, Rottweiler. I appreciate that. Everybody is very sweet here. Dana, my grandmother was a good woman. Never heard her say anything bad about anyone. The person could be an axe slayer, and my gran would say, but they have beautiful eyes or something like that. Well, that's awesome. I'm telling y'all, if you can find, even especially if it's people that you do not like, if you will find one thing nice to say about somebody, it will make you feel better. And the more you feel better, the more you're going to be inclined to make other people feel better. Good. Hello, Melanie. Good morning. Good afternoon. Susan Smith, hello. You crossed the line by saying what? My apologies if I crossed the line by saying that. Saying what? You didn't cross any lines, trust me. This panel is for everyone to have their opinions and their feelings. Summers' case needs to be turned over to the U.S. Marshals and the real FBI. I agree with you 100%, honey. I have unsubbed several recently. I just can't support a channel that goes against my personal beliefs. I can respectfully disagree on topics, but some of these channels have gone off the deep end. You're telling me? That's like, I agree with a lot of things that people say, like what should be happening to Leilani or any person who has harmed a child, okay? But I heard people this morning talking about Leilani and talking about a certain shot that they can get, if you know what I'm talking about, guys. And they were talking about, I can't wait to watch that happen and da-da-da-da-da. Guys, who are we to think that it's okay to say something like that? Yes, they're horrible people. Yes, they're monsters and they should pay for their sins. But you should never make a statement like that unless you are willing to walk up there and put that shot in yourself. And if you do not feel the conviction enough to do it yourself, then who do you think you are just blurting it out? You shouldn't ever say anything that you're not willing to stand behind 100%. Yes, these people should be punished. And in certain cases, possibly the death penalty. But that's not for people to get out here and just blurt out and say, I can't wait to see them, keel over kind of thing. That's just wrong. We should not want to be people like that. If you want to pray for something or wish for something, then you should wish that the next person that's put in the same position Leilani was put in, that she turns around and hands the child to somebody who cares or somebody that can deal with the child. You should want to see that, not want to see this child or this person put to sleep. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get on this big preaching gig. I'm just saying it's not okay for us to sit around and say we want to see somebody put out. That makes us no better than the ones that we're talking about. Sorry. Yes, I have a bad habit of saying sorry. But I do apologize for my rants and stuff. I just get really agitated, and it breaks my heart when I hear people. That's maybe I should keep my mouth shut about that Parkland killer or whatever it was, that boy. I have personal opinions about that boy too. I mean, come on, he got 30 life sentences. Bad enough. And I would probably feel different if my child happened to have been one of the ones that got harmed in that. But he got 30 life sentences. Consecutive. That means one life sentence after another, not running concurrent. The judge then revoked any appeal that he had to appeal any decision she makes in the court. Then they took and any commissary money that is ever going to be put on this boy's books, he doesn't get. It gets paid straight to the courts. And then, and I'm not disagreeing with victim statements at the end of a trial and stuff, but some of the stuff that kid, he was still a kid, a monster of a kid, but he's still a kid. He had to sit there and listen to how these people want him to literally suffer and pass in prison, and that it's going to be horrible for him. It's going to be slow and painful. And that's a horrible thing to want to even see or to imagine. Why would you say it? How could anybody with a heart want to see any other human suffer? You know, if it needs to be done, get it done, get it over with. Don't sit there and want to watch it. Don't sit there and want to imagine it happening. Because when you do that, when you feel that way, you're no better than the one that it's being done to. I didn't know a judge could do that either, honey, but they did. They did it. Melanie says, I pray for BJ. I don't know if I could be strong enough to turn my child in, just being honest. Well, I may be wrong when it comes to this, but I think it was more along the lines of she was afraid that if she didn't hurry up and get Leilani arrested and charged, that more charges would probably come down on her. I may be wrong about that, but I honestly think that's where her head was at. From what I understand, Dana Kay, they called and asked her to stall Leilani at the rehab clinic because they were supposedly on their way over there or something to that effect. And in what happened instead was BJ supposedly drove her to the police station and dropped her off. I felt sympathy for that child also. He was subjected to so much bullying and mistreatment before he made that horrible decision to commit mass red rum. So you know who I'm talking about, right? Just saying. Well, go watch the trial or just watch the end of the trial. And like I said, I'm not saying the victim's statements were wrong or unjust. I'm just saying with everything compiled together, you know, they could have at least, you know, gave him the sentencing and then a month down the road, you know, then tell him, oh, well, you don't have a right to appeal anything. And, oh, you're never, ever, ever going to have any kind of commissary whatsoever, which is crazy because most commissary, most of the time, like the whites and your clothes that you get and wear in jail comes through the commissary. That's the only way you can get them. But, and then a month later, then do like the victim statements or whatever. But to compile it all within a few days, the boy, a monster, yes, but he's still a kid. Could you imagine what was going through his mind, especially when that one man was describing what a slow and painful process he was going to be going through while he was in prison until he took his last breath? To me, that was cruel and unhuman punishment. Yes, I felt bad. His child mind made that decision. Sorry for typing out the M word. It's okay, hun. And I'm sorry if people get mad at me for feeling the way I do. I can't. If somebody was coming at me, I'm sure that self-preservation might kick in and I would fight back. But if somebody was coming at me and I had a pew-pew in my hand, I don't know that I could stop them by pew-pewing them. You know what I mean? Now, on the other hand, if they were coming at my child or my grandchild, then it would probably be a whole heck of a lot easier for me to stop them. But I'm the kind of person, if they were coming at me, I would be scared that I would hurt them. permanently hurt them. And I couldn't do that. And I can't even imagine wishing somebody off the face of the earth. I'm just not that kind of person. We all have different moral codes. Commissary is the only way inmates are allowed to purchase pillows, blankets, etc. I know hygiene products, clothing. In Cott County, that was the only. They have changed it since the new sheriff came in, but used to that was the only way you could purchase underwear, socks, anything. I mean, ibuprofen if you have a toothache. But with her taking every commissary away from him, if he has a headache, he is never going to be able to even buy a Tylenol. Because nobody is going to even bother ever putting money on the kids' books. Why should they? He's never going to get it. I watched on a replay this morning on another YouTube channel, and BJ said that she went and got her daughter from drug rehab, took her to Chinese food, took her to the FBI building, and she was arrested there. Yeah, that was on Cher's live last night where BJ called in. Really, that is the only way you can get clothes and pillows? I did not know that. Yeah, in certain places, certain areas, that is the only way you can get it now. Used to, if you went to jail, then your family members would bring all your clothes, shampoos, as long as it was like see-through shampoo and stuff like that, so that they knew that there was nothing in the bottles. It all had to be, bought from the store, still sealed up, that kind of stuff. But now they've gotten to the point where you have to buy everything through commissary, and that way they know there's nothing coming in the jail. No, I meant the judge who took the commissary, right? Well, they get like the slip-on tennis shoes and stuff like that in the jail, so. Just Shay. Hey, Nana mods, fellow chatters, I'm proud of Georgia law enforcement. Hawkins County and TBI could take notes. Ronnie Lawson had to go, right? I was so proud of Smiley Stories last night. She really got that Becky woman to talking, didn't she? And some of y'all might not agree with Smiley Stories, but I think she's doing an absolutely wonderful job. Well, seems like Leilani got to eat a nice fine meal. Too bad Quinton didn't. I agree, hun. So that kid won't be able to have the meager necessities of life? No. As far as I know, no, he won't. From what I mean, unless they run their... Hang on 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Sorry, guys, that was my landlord. Hang on one second. I'll be right back with you. Anyways, oh, when your landlord calls, you can't exactly hit the mute button. Well, hello, DC. Sorry, I missed out on the chats. Oh, that's sweet. Hi, Nana mods and good legit folks. Oh, well, thank you. We try to be legit folks here. Hello, Miss K. Sloan. Now your family members suffer trying to help and aid family members who go to jail. One phone call can cost upwards to $15, or that is the cost in Sullivan County, Tennessee. Right? Well, that's just like, oh, well, but the thing about it is, Robin, I don't know if you know about this. I just found out not too long ago. Prisoners are given cell phones now. They can't get on internet. I mean, they can't get on like Facebook or anything like that, but they can send text messages back and forth to their families. It still costs money, but they can do it. WB, Nana, huh? Chase Levitz, I think is how you pronounce that one name. Hello, honey. I didn't see you come in, so welcome. Yes, we do try to be above board here. Sometimes you have to listen to my ranting and raving and my preaching and, you know, the way I think life should be. And here I paid $450 for a cell phone, LOL. Yeah, well, they're the older phones, you know, like the flip phones or the old government phones where they can just text, where they can't get online and stuff. But very nice YouTube channel you have made, Nana. Hun, thank you. Well, thank you, sweetheart. And let me tell you guys something. I know y'all probably get tired of hearing it. I did not make this channel. I am just me. The people who come in here and view the channel, the people who subscribe to this channel, the people who contribute information, opinions, thoughts, you guys are the ones who have created this channel. I'm not, and the way everybody acts in here, the respectfulness and the courtesy and all that, that's not my doing. I'm not the one doing it. I'm not your mom. I'm not saying you have to act like this or blah, blah, blah. You all just have the natural ability to show courtesy and kindness and respect for others. You just so happen to do it when you're in here. I don't know how people act when they're in other channels, but I know the way you all act when you're here. And I am so glad and thankful and love the fact that my chat, my subs, my viewers, my mods, members, everybody, you all have such grace and kindness. And I'm proud to say that our channel is the best. I honestly and truly believe it is. No, we may not be doing the latest, the newest, the first news breaking, blah, blah, blah. But why would we? Last night when Leilani got arrested, how many people went live? How many people out there need to go live and say the exact same thing for over an hour long? Like I said on my video, guys, she went to jail. We don't know anything more than that. I'm sure we'll learn more as the night goes on, but until tomorrow, this is what we know. But I guarantee you, at least a half a dozen creators was online live for more than an hour telling you the same thing, but in many different ways. But they're all still saying the same thing. She went to jail, guys. But we already knew all that was going to happen. So Biscuit Hush. Oh, I know. I couldn't even find a past video from the beginning. Barely was so flooded with lives. Exactly. That was my point. So there would be no use of me going live, because you're going to hear it. Whether you wanted to hear it or not, you were going to hear that woman went to jail last night. The Indiana News just now said Richard Allen is not going to be the only arrest. Good, because I don't think he was the only one that did it. Q, when they gonna get question. When are they gonna get the so-called grandma? She did wrong leaving the baby Q with her. Honey, I don't think they're planning on it. I don't think that the sheriff last night said that he didn't expect any more arrests, which I myself think is very wrong. I know, honey, and I greatly appreciate it, Dana Kay. I know I got your email, and I'm so thankful for everybody that emailed me. When breaking news happens, yes, I want to know about it. I'm just saying, and my first reaction was, oh, I could probably go live, but before I could even, I was next door at my neighbor's house, and before I could even get home, they was like, 10 channels that were live stating that Leilani had gone to jail. Everyone is so great here. It only takes a second to show kindness, which is always appreciated and valued. I will just say ugly lasts forever. No one likes ugly. That's right. None, I didn't think RA was alone in it either. Kay, I don't know. I'm hoping somebody's going to file some. I mean, I'm not saying the woman needs to go to prison for the rest of her life, but come on, she needs to pay for the fact that she took on the responsibility of keeping those children safe and then didn't. If this was a parent who allowed their child, say this was a parent who had a pond or a swimming pool in their backyard, and they did not put up a fence around that pool, and their child fell in that pool and drowned, that parent would go to jail for neglect. Tell me why this is any different. Billy Joe took on the responsibility as a parent to those kids. She did not put a fence up around those children or around the dangers in their life to keep them safe. She should be charged with neglect just like a parent would have been. What are you trying to thaw out, Rick? Oh, I can't make my bacon or sausage because they are still frozen. Rick, I don't know about the sausage, but take your bacon if it's in a package, a sealed package, like a cake pan or something big enough, or some type of bowl. Run scalding hot water out of your faucet into the bowl. Stick the bacon down in there. It ain't going to take 5-10 minutes and it'll be thawed. Trust me, I just did this the other day. I have a 2-year-old. I baby-proofed my house when he was months old. You have to prevent things from happening. Exactly. Hello, Mrs. B. Glad to see you in here, hun. Hello, Swear Summer. You slipped by. I didn't see you come in. Billy Joe swore under oath in the family court of law to protect those children. She failed miserably at it. She put those kids back into the hands of known abuser. Exactly. Like I said, she didn't put a fence up around that swimming pool. She should be charged the same as if a parent had a swimming pool and allowed their child to fall in. I'm making chicken and dumplings for dinner tonight. Well, good for you. Look there, ladies. He's single, he cooks, and he cares for his child. And he's a mechanic. Terry M says, I have a feeling that these children never did stay with BJ, that they always stayed at home with their mom, except for maybe the babysitter watching them during the day because BJ worked out of state. Well, I'm still trying to get this straight, guys, because evidently I'm so messed up on this. In my opinion, or in what I thought, BJ and Leilani and Danny and BJ's boyfriend, husband, whatever, Tommy, and that Paul dude all lived in the same house. Am I wrong? I mean, I know they have a house that they rent out like 1 block over. But did they not all live in the same house? I never understood why Tommy was never brought in. He was there when that baby got gone too. The police chief only said there will be no other arrests in this case. That is the case of Red Rum. There will be another case, though, through CPS against Billy Joe, and she will be arrested for negligence. I hope so. I'm the same way. I watch everybody's kids, honey. That is correct. Okay, I thought so. But people keep talking about how Billy Joe or whoever took the kids back to Leilani and left them. Well, there was no leaving them. They all lived in the same house together. The only thing is Billy Joe got up, packed her suitcase, and left the state for a couple of weeks. And what about her old man, Tommy, I guess was his name? He was in that house when that child got gone, unless he left to go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning. But the plain and simple fact is he was there that night. Why was his name never brought into it? You haven't heard what? As I understand it, it was the babysitter who stated she wanted and needed help to move. Let me go find the link. BJ said she was going to evict her because she was destroying the house, so I took it that she lived in another house. No, she lived there. They all lived together. Shaking my head as to why they own a house they rent out, but are renting the house they're living in. Sounds strange to me. As far as I know, they own that house, honey. Tommy was also on the custody papers along with BJ. Well, then, by gosh, His butt needs to be held accountable too. Billy Joe and Danny were having an affair. Ooh, on so many parts. For one, she was diddling with her daughter's boyfriend, if that's even true. Two, you don't date anybody young enough to be your child. And three, the boy is just ugly. He is not a pretty man at all. You're positive they'll charge Billy Joe with negligence or gross negligence? I hope so, honey. Absolutely what, Jacqueline? All the above. Cher said that she was going to go there and help her fix up the house for the other two kids to come home and get them some beds so they did not have beds at all this time. I don't see why Cher is going to waste her time, because I'm telling you, Billy Joe is not going to get those kids back. Where is Danny's parents? Why are they not fighting for the baby girl? And I do know that Zane's grandfather and his dad are fighting for custody of him. I have his uncle on my messenger I talk to periodically. I saw something about Tommy I wanted to read. What was it? Where's it at? Right, exactly. She had an eviction notice against all of them, including the kids. So that right there ought to have charges brought against her. BJ's mom lives close by. Well, evidently not close enough. She's also going to help BJ sue everybody. Well, good luck. We know what happened in court when Candace took Don B to court. You just threw up in your mouth a little bit. Why? When I was talking about the sleeping with the boy? Ugh. That's just horrible. I'm sorry, but it's just horrible. There's where I was looking for. Tommy was at work working night shift when Quinton came up missing. But yes, he was also inside that home. Everyone inside the home should be charged with neglect. Absolutely. See, that's what I thought. The little baby, the baby girl was Danny's baby. Yes, it was. He was the biological father of the baby girl, the one that was just a couple months old. How do you know that he's not the bio dad? Yes, Rick, purple hair Cher. It's been all over social media that Sky is Danny's baby. Yeah, it is. That is his baby. He is the biological father. Right, he worked night shift that night. So what time did he get off work and what time did he come home? Think about that, guys. Would he not have been coming home right about the time all this happened? I mean, we're talking between 5:30 in the morning and 9:30. He had to have come home at some point, but supposedly he received a call at work stating that the baby was missing. So tell me what that's all about. And that is provable because he's on camera with the news team stating that he was at work when he got the call that the baby was missing. And that's how I found out that he was at home. I thought he was out of town with BJ. But he said they were sitting there waiting on BJ to get into town, that she was in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. Or, she had made it to Atlanta and was on her way on home. I never heard anything else about Candace and Don going to court. I'm assuming Don proved that he could take any picture he wanted to as long as he was on the road. Okay. Baby unalive supporter will not show her face. She talks a lot of garbage, but baby unaliver supporter will also be arrested when she shows her face back in the States. Really? Okay, that's fine. It was he was still wearing the orange shirt, honey, in that news clip. So evidently he didn't change shirts before she got home, and they did the news conference the next day. That's not true. It was Leilani having an affair with Danny. How could Leilani be having an affair with Danny when they were living together as man and wife? There's no way she could have been having an affair. They lived together. Both fathers and grandparents are trying to get them. You heard it reported that he was not the bio dad of the small baby. Oh, well. If whoever it was that was saying that and I was saying that you're wrong, then I apologize if I'm incorrect. I'm behind on the chat too, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's a good question, Terry. It says, how can you have a parent of children that's not supposed to be around them living in the same home as them? It makes no sense. Well, that's because if the Department of Human Services ever comes to check, you make sure that the parent's not there. And that way they never find out. I know some people that did that. That explains why he was not trying to get the child. Well, maybe. Maybe you might be right, Robin. Maybe it was a free-for-all lifestyle in that household. Everybody went with everybody. I appreciate it, DC. I see that you're still digging. Because he had to know something to just pack up and hightail it out of the city, right? I believe he did. I believe that he had part in it. The bio father for Zane was found not to be able to get him, but the grandparents are trying to get him. I know that's the Jeff, the uncle, Zane's uncle, Jeff, is the one that I'm friends with on Messenger that I've been talking to. Exactly. Right. Like how Donald had to not be at the house when child services dropped in. Right. They live together here too. Lie about it and get different mailing addresses. No. You're fine. Keep going. Keep looking, yeah. I hope that BJ and everybody else that's responsible are held responsible in that house for the injustice that happened to baby Q. I really do. To me, I don't know. It's just something about a grandmother, or that maybe it's because I am a grandmother and because I know what I would and would not do to, or what I wouldn't do for my kids. You know what I'm trying to say. But I just believe that Billy Joe should be held accountable for not keeping those kids safe. Guys, the good Lord above gives you your children. They are a gift from God to protect and love and cherish. Your child is the closest thing to Jesus Christ that you're ever going to get to meet. Just because your children grow up and become adults, when they have their children, that is still your blood. That is still your responsibility to help protect and cherish and love and keep safe. And for her not to keep her grandchildren, especially after her going into court and saying, I will keep these kids safe. I just think, because I mean, she even knows better than Leilani did. She's been through it. And to still screw up as bad as she screwed up, she needs to pay a price for it. Honestly, people need to quit listening to rumors on YouTube streets and learn the laws of Georgia, which is, I'm not talking about laws in Georgia. I'm talking about moral life, just life in general. Okay. If Danny wasn't on the birth certificate, he couldn't take her, or if they already knew social services were removing them, he couldn't take her. Right. The uncle says he was upstairs playing computers with Zane. So, where was everybody else? Literally, what time did this stuff happen? Was it 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, 7:20 when whoever Danny left for work, 8 something when he got back, 9 o'clock when she woke up, 9:30 when she woke up, because, you know, she couldn't make up her mind about what time she actually woke up and found him gone. She should also be disqualified from getting custody back of the grandkids. Absolutely. Second to none. That may be true, but come he or high water, I would have taken my child. I really think Danny only thought of himself. I believe he did something, him and Leilani, and he got out of town, guys. None of it makes sense. It sure don't. And the grandfather, or BJ's boyfriend, whatever Tommy is, supposedly he was working night shift. That means he was getting in sometime between 5:30 and 9:30. But yet he was making a statement on the news that he was actually at work when he got the phone call that the baby was missing. Well, I don't care, Sandy, to say one bit how old my babies are. My oldest baby will be 39 this year, or he is 39. Born in 83, guys. I'm old, okay? I've got a 39-year-old, 37, 36, and 35-year-old. Oh, Rick, you better have it checked out. Rick thinks he broke his foot, guys. This has been a way of life for Billy Joe. She has been a criminal and hustling all her life and taught her kids the same thing. Rules of society don't apply to them, and this is the outcome. Right? Underwater welders make good money. Well, okay, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that's why I'm sitting in the boat I'm sitting in. Here comes another preaching session, and I do apologize. But let me ask you one damn thing, people. What the frig is more important? The almighty damn dollar and how much money you can get paid from some stupid ass job that's going to take you out of town away from the gifts that God gave you, or taking care of the gifts that God gave you and protecting them and loving them. Yeah, you can go out here and earn the almighty damn dollar in 3 states away from where the kids are at. But then who's there taking care of the kids? Who's there teaching those kids that they are loved and wanted and needed and appreciated? Who's there teaching those kids what kind of person to be when they grow up? What's more important, the almighty dollar or that baby? That's another reason it pisses me off about Billy Joe. She could have gotten a lower paying job. She sure could have. And she may not have had the extra damn dollars to buy whatever it is she wanted to buy. But at least that baby would have been, at home with somebody looking after it, hopefully. When my kids were being raised, I didn't work. I stayed home. I took care of my children till they were all teenagers. When my kids became teenagers, then I went to work. And then when my grandchildren came along and my kids needed help taking care of my grandchildren, guess what? My butt stayed at home and I took care of my grandchildren so that they weren't put in some daycare where they were being abused or mistreated or molested or whatever. When my grandchildren were growing up, nobody babysitted those kids except for our side of the family, not even the other families. Our side of the family took care of the kids. Sorry, I get on rants. Y'all don't have to listen to me. But it just pisses me off that people don't put kids first and foremost. Hello, Lips. I meant to email you last night. Lips, you have got to contact me and tell me your story that you're telling me about in the comments. You've got to talk to me, girl. I mean, I can't stand secrets and I can't stand not knowing something. You can't say, oh, I know something good and juicy and then not tell me. You want me to have a heart attack? I will have a heart attack wondering. Trust me. I know you want to. I can tell you this. If you tell me and you tell me not to tell nobody, I won't tell nobody. As bad as it kills me, but I won't tell nobody. You already know that by now. No secrets. I'm on it. I know it. I know it, Lips. I know it. I just know that baby was took somewhere. If you will email me, we will swap phone numbers. I don't know your real name on Messenger, honey. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to leave everybody else out of this conversation, but I don't know your real name on Messenger. Or is it under lips also? Hello, Steffers. Second to no one, I agree, hun. Nobody takes care of the grands except me, and I'll be danged if anyone is going to hurt them on my watch. I'll do whatever. I need to protect them, and nothing is more important than they are. That's right. And I told my kids, let me tell you something. When my first grandbaby was born, I told my kids right then, I love you. I've raised you the best I can. I've done everything I could for you. But these babies are being born now. So if it ever comes down to my grandchild or you, sorry, I love you, hit the road. My grandkids come first and foremost. That hence Nana's Angels, guys. That's where the name come from. Nana's Angels, my grandbabies. And trust me, my 18-year-old grandchild is, to me, she's the same as she was when the day she was born. I remember you saying that yesterday, Dana Kay. Yes, my grand puppies mean just as much to me too. Thank you, baby. As soon as we get off live, if you ain't got something else to do, I'm definitely calling you. You watch your grand kittens? Well, I can't say nothing. My great grand kittens, I offered to take care of while my daughter and her kids are going through all this, because they have the 2 big dogs, and then my granddaughter has 3 kittens. I'm going to call Lips. Trust me. I'm going to call her. What's the topic today? It was supposed to have been the 10 Commandments, but it wound up being Leilani, and then just pretty much everything like it always does. We sort of run off script here. You know that. We still need to find stories and clips to show. Hang on. To show this stuff, though. Are you willing to go all in? Yeah, absolutely, hun. Absolutely. I want that baby found. 100% I want that baby found. Thank you, Rochelle. We still going hard on Summer Moon Love. Yes. I'm absolutely down for whatever it takes. Somebody asked me the other day, what is one of the first things I'm going to do when I get my license back? One of the first things I'm going to do. Now, I may have to get somebody to ride with me because it's quite a drive, and it's been a while since I've drove. But one of the first things I'm going to do is drive right up there to their house and knock on their door. I'm not going to attack anybody, but I am going up there and I'm going to have a talk with Mr. Wells. Dana Kay, you have a wonderful day, sweetheart. You can drive? Well, honey, but I'm over here in Cott County. Candace won't unblock you. Well, Cott County, that's like 40 minutes away from Rogersville. You know where Jefferson County is, where Candace was staying with Kathy? I'm the next town. You're in Michigan? I thought you were here in Tennessee. I wouldn't be able to go, but I can do anything else. Well, honey, any help that we can get, that's good. We accept all help. Cher has you blocked. Yeah, Lips hasn't been out in a hot minute. You're in Clarksville? Well, that's not too far away. Yeah, you're in Dandridge. I remember that, Rottweiler. Exactly. That's the way I look at it, hon. You can't be blocked if you go knock on the door. I mean, they might not open the damn door up, but they can still hear what you're saying outside the door. What are they going to do? Call the law? Let them call. All the law can do is say, you got to leave. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Please tell me if there's anything I can do. I can't go there. My 2-year-old wouldn't allow it. Well, honey, if you've got a 2-year-old, you don't need to be worrying about that anyways. Everything that you can do, you're doing right now, which is online. And that's all anybody really has to do. I truly only believe that people who do not have small children or families that they have to worry about should be out here trying to do any of this stuff. If you ever need a ride, I will take you, Donna. Mrs. B, anytime you want to go, I'm ready. I'm up for it. Your Velcro baby. Oh. You're going through menopause, so the cold's not bothering you. I hate the cold too, Steffers. Trust me. Lord, ladies, I don't see how y'all had kids. Honey, Lips, if you're old enough to be going through menopause, what in the world are you doing with a 2-year-old? Lord of mercy. You want to come too? Where are we going? Well, at some point, I'm going to knock on Dawn and Candace's door, and I'm going to talk with Dawn. Menopause is the worst. Where are we going? Oh, you're willing to take me, but you don't know where we're going? Up to Dawn and Candace's. Oh, well, that's special. I love all mine, although I didn't plan on none of them. The good Lord, let me tell you something. The good Lord has a funny sense of humor. Because let me tell y'all, I got pregnant with my first because my husband wanted one. And the method we were using, it wound up being his choice when he wanted to have a kid, if you understand what I'm saying. I couldn't take birth control. I couldn't use birth control, nothing. So I wound up pregnant. My son was 9 months old. I did not use birth control at all, guys. My child was 9 months old. I wound up getting pregnant the second time. Uh-oh, something just flashed up on my screen, guys. That did not look good. Oh, that's scary. Anyways, then I got pregnant with my second son. Okay, I had him, no birth control whatsoever, none. He was 9 months old, and I got pregnant. And I said, oh, well, I had my daughter. I said, well, from the time she turns 8 months old till the time she turns 11 months old, I am not doing nothing, nada. That way I won't get pregnant. My daughter was 3 months old. I got pregnant with my fourth one. Needless to say, the doctors took care of that problem after that. I had my first, I was 15 and turned 16 like a month or less than a month after he was born. About 2 weeks after he was born, I turned 16. But I had all four of mine within 4 years and 1 month of each other. We were talking, Rick, the other day on Sunday, because we had our Thanksgiving Day on Sunday. By the time I was my oldest son's age, I'd already had all my kids and all but one of my grandkids. By the time I was 39, I believe, I was mother of 4 and grandmother of 6. That's why you're on birth control. Cora was 2 months early, and doctor said if I got pregnant in the next 2 years, I would have another preemie. Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday, Rick, or belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Lips. Mrs. B says, I was almost 16. It was a bad situation, though. The creep was 38. My mom brought him home from the bar and asked him to babysit me the next night. Oh, geez. I'm so sorry, Mrs. B. Everything changes after the dreaded change of life. I don't know, guys. Rick, you might want to cover your ears, and if Rottweiler, if there's any men in here, you might want to cover your ears. But let me tell you, ladies, that dreaded, oh, you have to take hormone pills and all this stuff. Yes, the night sweats, hot flashes, they were horrible. But all that bull crap about the change of life, and a lot of women get divorced after the change of life because they're no longer interested in their husbands, blah, blah, blah. You understand I'm trying to beat around the bush about what I'm talking about here. Mine changed. I had no interest in my husband before my hysterectomy, and I was forced into the change of life. After my change of life, that's all I could think about. So I don't know if that, I think that my hysterectomy and the change did wonders for me. After we chit chat, we can decide what to bring out and what not to. Journey is now safe, so it's time. All right. Well, actually, guys, it has been 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump off here, guys. And I'm going to give Miss Lips a call, and we're going to discuss what's going on. I finally felt safe. Is that what it was, Sandy? I finally felt safe. Probably. It's probably what it was. Guys, I love that you all were here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for just being here. And I will see you guys either on the next video or on the next live. And hopefully between Lips and I, we're going to get some answers and we're going to get them out. Okay. And we'll see you guys later. Love you all. God bless. Say the prayers for the kids.